Welcome to the Red Carpet Report, your backstage pass for all things celebrity book clubs, book adaptations, and new releases. I'm Kirsten.
And I'm Jackie.
And we're your hosts.
On today's episode, we are going to be having the next chapter where we discuss February book releases and our and your predictions for the Celebrity Book Club picks.
But before we get into the main segment, and even before we get into the Red Carpet Rundown, Jackie and I have a little disclaimer to say, which is our kids are off of school. Okay. So they are here in my house. Potentially, they're going to make noise. I don't know what the microphone's going to pick up. I don't know what's going to go down, but we're just pre-warning you that there could be some ambient noise this episode.
That would be fun. I mean, my kids are home and they're definitely, one of them is fast asleep. She won't be awake until I get home.
We are right underneath my eldest's room, and he's like liable at any point in time to put on Billy Joel. So just might have to pause to be like, turn that
Billy
off.
Joel, that's good taste in music, kid. Nice.
Okay, should we get into the Red Carpet Rundown?
Yeah, I am so excited actually because this week Bridgerton is coming out. Yay! Season 4 is Benedict, and I'm really, really excited. They've already announced actually that season 5 and 6 will be coming out, which is Eloise and
Francesca.
Oh yeah, Francesca, which is actually book 5 and 6.
So we're back to the right order.
Yeah, we're staying on track. So I really hope that this season we get to see characters from the previous season because I love Daphne so much. And then she doesn't really appear in the next seasons. You know, Anthony had gone and then he disappeared. He kind of came back a little bit. So I really want to see how they do that for the upcoming seasons because I fall in love with the old characters and I want to see them again.
I did see Penelope is in this season.
Okay.
There is something about her that's in there with her plot line of being, what's her name?
Mrs. Whistledown?
Mrs. Whistledown.
I mean, I guess she kind of...
Lady Whistledown.
Lady Whistledown, because she has to be in it.
Yeah, I think she can't go anywhere.
No.
And I'm assuming, I think I saw something about Francesca. So even though she sort of like had a mini plot line last year, I think they're setting her up so she's in this upcoming one.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't see any previews that showed Daphne or
Anthony?
I didn't see Anthony. But who knows? Who knows? It's such a big cast. They can't put everyone.
It is. So I'm excited about that.
We should say that Bridgerton is coming out on the 29th on Netflix.
Yes.
And there's another Netflix show, and it's coming out on the 4th of February. And it's called Relationship Goals, which this is a weird one because it's actually based on a book. The book is by Michael Todd, and it's called Relationship Goals, but it's actually like a self-help
right. It's
tome.
It's nonfiction.
It's nonfiction. And the plot line on this is that these characters who are TV producers are doing a segment about this nonfiction book that actually exists in real life.
Oh, wow.
And they obviously have had like a previous history. So I think there's a love story that's going to come out, but it's a fictionalized version of stuff that's going to happen in this book, which I just think is really strange.
That.
Yeah, I've never seen a book adapted like that before.
That's so cute. How creative.
It is very creative. So that also comes out just in time for Valentine's Day on Netflix. Not on Netflix, on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. I wonder if this is going to lead the way maybe to a different kind of adaptation.
I mean, could be.
I love it.
I'm trying to think like what else would be nonfiction self-help that you would turn into a fictionalized story.
I don't know, like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days could have been, right?
Right. If it was based on a real book. Right. But that's coming out.
So our main segment this week is the next chapter. And this is where we're going to be talking about new releases for February, as well as our predictions and your predictions for the Celebrity Book Club picks. So this is not a full extensive list of all of our most anticipated books. These are more previous Celebrity Book Club authors who have been chosen before and have new release books coming out. So just because they've been chosen before does not preclude them from being chosen again, because we know authors like Oprah love a repeat author situation and maybe even a repeat book situation.
Oprah.
And other authors have been chosen for multiple book club picks, which we're going to be getting into one of those in a minute.
Starting with the former Celebrity Book Club authors, the very first one I have on my list is Allegra Goodman. This Is Not About Us.
Right.
And she had Isola, which was a Reese pick.
Yep.
And Sam, which was a Jenna pick. Now, I read one, you read the other.
Right.
They were both great. She's a great writer, excellent writer. But you read This Is Not About Us. So
I did.
Tell us about it.
This is such a family drama. If there was ever a family drama, it's three sisters. It starts off, one of the sisters dies, and the drama around the funeral is next level. The great thing about this book is that each chapter actually is centered around a different family member. And the stories then interconnect, right? Because we know this family, we know how they're related, but she does it in such a unique way. It's such a well-written book.
I love it. Now, that one may or may not be a pick. We're thinking not a pick.
I'm thinking not a pick only because of its publication date.
Okay, fair. We then have Love Me Tomorrow by Emma Jean. She wrote Tokyo Ever After, which is a Reese YA pick, which I love. Whenever there's someone that's a new teenager and they're wanting to get into YA, I always recommend The Selection, Tokyo Ever After. So I love that after taking a moment to do an adult book, she's back doing YA, and this one is a new YA duology.
Oh, is the first one in a duology?
First in a duology where a girl wishes for proof that love is real, and she starts getting letters from her future true love, and she's trying to figure out who it is.
Oh my God.
I know. Isn't that so fun?
I love that.
Sounds very To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Oh,
with the letters and I just think it's going to be a very sweet, it's going to fill that void. We haven't had something that's really great for a while.
And really sweet and grabs you.
Mm-hmm. And not overly graphic and not I think it's the kind of book, at least in the past, hers of giving you butterflies a little bit. So I think we're in butterfly zone.
Oh, perfect.
I think it's great for teens.
I actually think it would be great for me.
Next up is one of your favorite authors, Astral Library by Kate Quinn.
Oh, this is so good. So Alice Network was a pick. And I'm really excited about this one because this is her venturing way outside her comfort zone into the land of a little bit magical realism.
Yeah.
Right?
It's fantasy. And she, a girl named Alex, stumbles into a library of books that are magical where you can walk into the books and kind of restart your life. But there's an enemy that pops up and starts chasing her and the librarian, and she has to run through Sherlock Holmes England and Regency Jane Austen books.
Way.
I think it is a testament to readers. I think it's going to be a very fun story.
There's a number of fantasy books about libraries. So the Matt Haig book was a book about libraries. There's so many fantasy books about libraries. I love that.
This goes back to last week's episode where readers love to read about books.
I feel 2026 is the year of books about books.
I think it might be. There are a tremendous number of them.
I'm saying, calling it right now.
Okay, next up we have Kin by Tiari Jones. And she was an Oprah Book Club pick for American Marriage, which I think you read.
I did read An American Marriage. It's a very Oprah pick.
Depressing, sad, you're crying at the end.
Yeah, it's a wonderfully written book. Very poignant. I mean, a very Oprah pick. Let's just put it that way.
Well, Kin is about two friends growing up in the American South in the 1950s and 60s. So it sounds just from that it's going to be a heavy one.
Right. And did somebody say that this was going to be?
Yes, and somebody did predict that this would be an Oprah pick, which I could totally see why, but it comes out February 24th.
Which maybe it could be a March
It
pick.
could be a March pick, but I don't see it as being a February pick just from
No.
its release date. Although of all the people that picks off date, it would be Oprah.
And Oprah could very well announce it at the very end of February. So
Who knows?
who knows?
She's a wild one.
Oprah, girl, you can do whatever you want. You're the OG.
All right. The next author is Maureen Gu. She has an adult novel called One and Only coming out. And her original pick was Throwback, which was a Reese YA pick.
This is her first adult book. So she made that transition and she did a great job. I loved it. It's a little bit magical realism. So this woman and her family have been matchmakers for years, but they look at people's faces. And in doing so, they could see their past lives and they can find their one true love. And so the protagonist in the book has had written down the name of her true love for 10 years, and she can't find him. And so she finally meets a really nice guy. She has a huge connection with him. And when he introduces her to his boss is the person that she was supposed to be with. It's the one. So it's a bit of a love triangle situation. We have, fate versus making your own fate. And so it is a romance, but it actually goes like a little bit deeper. And I loved this one.
This is another one that people predicted. In fact, it was the only prediction we got that people thought for Reese.
It would be a great pick. I don't see it as being the Reese pick, but I think it would be a really great one. It was a really fun book to read.
Yeah, I don't know that she would pick the same author for YA and then adult, although Celeste Ng, she has chosen her twice. And she certainly chose someone who was chosen by a different book club, but I don't know. I don't know that she would go that way. The last former Celebrity Book Club pick that is coming out is Keeper of Lost Children by Sadeqa Johnson. She wrote House of Eve, which was a Reese pick.
Okay.
It's so funny because there are so many on here that are Reese picks, former Reese picks but nobody had predictions for Reese this month. So it's like she picks authors that keep coming back with more and more books, but like nobody knows what she's picking.
So I wonder if that has any indication of how well the authors do after they've been chosen. Like I wonder if Reese authors are maybe more bestsellers and they get more book deals. Potentially.
We'll have to keep an eye on the trends as we move forward.
I know. We're
going to have to figure that one out. Well, this one actually sounds really interesting. So it's about 3 characters in post-World War II Germany and a character named Sophie in 1965.
Okay.
And the concept is basically that Ethel is this American woman who stumbles upon a mixed race orphanage.
Oh, wow.
It is all of these abandoned children that were from Black soldiers who then left and went back to America or whatever, where their wives, their lovers put the children up for adoption.
Wow.
So the story also revolves around Ozzy, who's a Black soldier, and his German lover, Jelka.
Oh, wow.
And then somehow we're intertwined and we're back with Sophie in 1965, or I guess we're forward with Sophie in 1965, where she is trying to get into an all-white boarding school.
Oh, wow.
And my guess is maybe she's one of these orphaned children.
Oh, this sounds awesome.
Doesn't it sound really good?
Really good.
I really loved House of Eve, and so this is very high on my list of books to read this month.
Now let's talk about your predictions.
Yours.
So we had quite a few responses.
Yep. And some of them were repeats. They were on Instagram. They were via message. Some people emailed us.
Yes.
We love to see you all participating.
Yeah. And this is really fun. I loved seeing what people thought. So as we talked about, people thought One and Only would be chosen for Reese. Kin for Oprah, which we've already talked about that. And there were a few people who thought that Kin would be the Oprah pick.
Right. There were quite a few people.
So,
which maybe March, I don't know. Or maybe February, who knows? This woman, she's crazy.
I love that everybody else follows a very particular script of how they're going to do this. And Oprah has had a book club for how many years? Since
many years.
like many years.
Like 1992 or something.
She has literally never chosen a book a month for an entire year.
Never.
Ever.
She always breaks the pattern.
Last year, we were so excited. She had been so consistent. And then December came and nada.
Now, if you count the year prior's December, there were technically 12 consecutive months because she did choose a December book in 2024.
Yeah, but
I don't count that. We work in calendar years here.
No, I want 12 books.
I know.
At a regularly prescribed time. Because the thing is, if people are waiting and you're not picking a book, then the next month, they're not anticipating that you're going to be choosing a book. And then people, I think it's not fair to the authors.
I feel like, we talked about this with Bruce Holsinger in general, because he came on and he was talking to us about, how he was an Oprah pick and for his book Culpability. And we were like, oh my gosh, like you teach at UVA. Are your kids so excited that like you know Oprah? And he deadpan was like, they don't know who Oprah is. And I do think that there is some, because her books aren't always bestsellers, because she's not always consistent, there isn't this like formulaic following of her. Right. And I do wonder if it does hinder some of her stuff. But on the other hand, her books are so heavy that like I can't read 12 of those in a year.
Right. No, that's 100% right. And there are books that have very serious topics, but are a little bit lighter. Maybe she wants to just pick one of those for the other month.
I feel like we bully Oprah a lot.
I know, but
we got a lot of critiques for Oprah.
I know, but I love Oprah.
I do love her.
I mean, I used to come home from school and watch Oprah.
And some of her books are absolutely fantastic. You just really have to be in the mood.
Oh, they're all fantastic.
They are. And the ones that like the one that's next sounds great. The next recommendation actually comes out today. So for all we know, while we're recording, she's announcing that this is it, but we don't know.
Right. 7 Sisters of Dupree, which is 7 generations of Black women, starting from Jim Crow era all the way up until now. So it is a multi-generational saga, which sounds fantastic.
That sounds really good.
And really up Oprah's alley.
Really, I could totally see her picking that. I could totally see that.
Well,
good suggestion.
Interestingly, though, a bunch of the predictions from you guys were Oprah picks. So we also had someone.
So maybe because she's an enigma, people really like her. Like maybe people are like, could it be? Could it be? Maybe the suspense actually makes her more popular.
Maybe. What do you guys think?
Certainly with you guys, because you all had suggestions.
Right. So Language is Liberation, which is reflections on the American canon. And this is collected lectures from Toni Morrison from her time when she taught at Princeton. So
that could totally be an Oprah pick. She loves Toni Morrison.
100%. I actually would love to read this. Okay, Good People. Someone predicted that Good People would be a GMA pick. And it's very timely. It's a story about an immigrant family who thinks that they've achieved the American dream, and then something happens and they start to call it all into question.
That is very timely. That one was not on my radar, but that is very timely. Mm-hmm. That would be making a statement. Although, again, if it just so happened that that was their pick, they picked these months out. So like how crazy if that was the pick and it's this current time that we're living.
I feel like sometimes book clubs do that.
I mean, our reading challenge has immigration. books on there.
It does.
My immigrant friend, Jackie.
Yes. I'm Canadian, for everybody that didn't know that. So we've been here for about 20 years. But yes, I am a first generation American.
You are. You are. Yeah. So we didn't know when we picked that either.
Right.
I was just working on that list, by the way, last night. Immigration memoirs and immigration fiction. Whew, we got some doozies.
I know.
That's going to be a heavy month.
Is there anything lighter on that list? Is that possible? Is that an oxymoron?
There's not really anything.
Like light immigration novel is a bit of an oxymoron, although we have romance books about grief, which also is an oxymoron. So
there might be some fiction that is a little bit more upbeat. It's a heavy topic. There is some fiction.
Wait, there was that one, Nicola Yoon.
Yeah. Oh, The Sun and the Stars.
The Sun is also a star?
The Sun is also a star. Yes. That's a romance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that's
it
a
is.
good one.
It's great.
That's a good one.
And it's not so super heavy. So there you go. We found one.
We found one.
One. If you're looking for something lighter and you're following the reading challenge, that is the light one on the list.
That is. There might be one or two more, but
maybe.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Somebody suggested that GMA might be picking It's Not Her by Mary Kubica. And this is a thriller.
Okay. She hasn't come out with a book in a while.
No.
Huh. All right. Maybe. They could surprise us.
I know.
They're the most diverse in terms of genres.
Yeah. The last one, someone suggested this for Jenna, is This Book Made Me Think of You by Libby Page. And we're not going to talk about it right this minute because this is actually my bookmark book.
Love that.
But I will say I'm not quite sure that it would be chosen. I wish it would be chosen. I feel like a lot of times very happy, upbeat. Well, this isn't happy and upbeat, but books that are like sweet with a happy ending aren't necessarily chosen for book clubs.
Yeah, I feel like this might be too sweet for Jenna, but who knows? I mean, maybe she's feeling like we need a little.
I know, maybe. I would love
lightness.
that, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Now we have our potential picks, which are ones that we think could be picks that you guys did not mention.
The first one that I have on I really could see this being list. The second I read it, I was like,
Yeah, you told me immediately.
Is Family Drama by Rebecca Fallon. And the concept here, first of all, it's great. So even if it's not chosen, you should all be reading it. But the concept is basically that twins, it opens with a funeral. Their mother has died. They're 7 years old. Their dad decides to hide the evidence that she was, the wife, the mom, was a Hollywood soap star. So she used to fly out to Hollywood and work Monday to Friday, then come home and be a mom. And then it becomes nonlinear, the whole story, where we're going back in time to their young childhood. We're going back to Susan, that's the mother, to how she became famous, to what her feelings are on becoming a wife and a mother. And we're interspersing that with how the two kids, Viola and Sebastian, are kind of dealing as adults with their grief. And there's also some like tertiary characters with the dad, the former best friend, the mom's sister. And it was really good.
Yeah, you told me about this and it sounds awesome. I can't even imagine a father being like, okay, now I'm going to just hide half of your mom's entire life so that you can't really know who she is. And
yep. And it was so clever of them to do it as a soap star, because if you're a TV actress, if you're a movie actress, you can get those on VHS. You can watch reruns. You can do all of that. But they don't do reruns of soap operas.
Right.
So when you destroy the evidence, it's gone.
That's very clever. One of the books I think could be chosen is The Heart's Gambit by J.D. Mayall.
Okay.
It's actually the first in a series, but it's really, really good. I think if you loved The Night Circus, this is totally the book for you. It combines magic, time travel. So it starts off at the very beginning. There are slaves. They're trying to escape. One of them betrays the other one, and they set upon a curse upon their two families. And now it goes through year after year after year of the families engaged in a magical battle that's ongoing. And so if you loved the night circus, they're creating magic with like circuses, and there's time travel where they're able to go from one time to another. And I loved it.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was really good. I'm actually really upset that I read it so advanced because now I have to wait a really long time for the next book.
So that's YA fantasy.
It is YA fantasy.
Okay. My pick is The Exes by Leodora Darlington.
Okay.
Mostly because it's like a thriller, but it just sounds so twisty-turny that I could totally see this happening. So a woman is out there looking for love, and she can't seem to, she has a long list of exes. She finally finds the man. She's going to marry him. And things start happening where she has to question her past because all of her exes are dead. And she doesn't know if she's the villain or the victim, but she would like to save James. That sounds really
sounds really
twisty?
good. Wait, that reminds me of why am I blanking on the name? She went on it was a thriller from last year or 2 years ago that was really, really good. She goes on a podcast because her best friend died and she doesn't know if she's the one that killed him.
Listen for the Lie.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't think about that until you said it. But yeah, I think that's maybe why I was like, ooh, is she psycho or is she not?
This sounds like an amazing one. Yeah. I would really be excited if some thrillers started to be chosen. Although Reese did pick a thriller last month.
Right. I mean, people choose thrillers. I feel like in February, I'm always anticipating a romance of some kind or something with a love story plot line, but maybe that's just like wishful thinking for Valentine's Day.
Interestingly, this year has been so much more thriller heavy, and there haven't been a ton of romances that are coming up. Usually right about now, we have tons of romances on our list. They do them in time for Valentine's and they do them in time for beach reads, and there have not been a ton.
No, there have not. I could also see someone doing something totally crazy.
Like what?
Well, this is just like wishful thinking, honestly. I loved The Favorites by Lane Fargo.
Oh, yeah.
It's about the Olympics and like it's an Olympic month. So like somebody could pick that, throw a stamp on it on the paperback version and like, let's go.
I would love that.
Wouldn't that be so fun? It's not going to happen.
So much fun.
I would like,
I'd love it to be a bonus pick. There have been a ton of books about ice skating though lately.
I know, so many.
Right? Is that because it's coming in time for the Olympics?
Yeah. Like next cycle, we'll see like gymnast books coming back. Like every 2 years, there's just like a trend. Like which Olympics book? Like which one are we going with?
Yeah,
and it's never like skiing or skeleton or bobsledding. They never get a book, but it's always like track and field.
A bobsled romance.
Jamaica, we've got a bobsled team. Do you know they're in this year?
Are they really?
Mm-hmm. They're back. My kids are very excited.
I love that. I'm so glad you mentioned that. I'm going to make my kids watch Cool Runnings when we get home.
That's a great snow day movie. That's what my kids are watching today. Good call. Yes. Love your parenting. Love it.
My pick for this month is In Her Defense by Philippa Malika. It is a courtroom drama. So what happened was there's this woman. She is very famous. She has a huge platform of followers. And in her newsletter, she basically wrote that this woman who claims to be a therapist has brainwashed her daughter. And she refuses to take it back. She refuses to settle out of court because she is adamant that this is the truth. So her daughter does not talk to her anymore. She's essentially lost all contact. And now we're going back in time. and we're seeing how the daughter's relationship with this therapist started. It was very engaging.
Sounds really unique. And I can't think of a single courtroom thriller that has been chosen by any of the book club.
Either can I. So I would love to see this chosen because it is very well written.
And it's different.
From all of those, we do know a few of them. We're not going to say which ones we know. If you would like to be spoiled, you can check on the website. They're there. But from all of the ones that we have listed of your predictions, our predictions, and previous authors, there are some that are correct.
That's right. And that makes our job very hard because we're hoping you can't figure out which ones we knew and which ones we didn't. Okay. But the one book that someone said they thought you haven't talked about yet. So let's get into the bookmark.
I saved it because Libby Page, This Book Made Me Think of You, was just such a lovely book. I do want to point out that when I picked it up, I did not realize that the main character was a younger woman. I thought she was an older woman, and I say this because she's lost her husband. Okay. So it's been 5 months since she lost her husband. He was young. If this is a trigger warning for you, but they don't extend it. They don't harp on it. Okay. So she's lost her husband. It's been 5 months and she gets notification that there is something waiting for her at a bookstore. And when she goes, there is a book that has been chosen by her husband along with a letter. And the owner of the bookstore says, your husband came in. There is a book for you every single month. He's already written it. There's a letter to go with the book. So now she goes back every month to pick the book that he chose for her to help her get through this year without him.
We love a helpful husband.
And the books that he chose are so good and so thoughtful. They're not all these major masterpieces, right? They're really books that he knew would help her be able to move on and figure out what she wants to do with her life. The other great thing about this is that she's actually an editor. Again, this is a book about books. Like,
oh my God, so many layers to the book world. This is, again, we're talking about that catnip. It's coming in.
Oh my God. And I couldn't put it down. I just absolutely loved it. It was heartwarming. It was such a good pick.
This is like that movie with Hilary Swank. Come on. P.S. I love you. You know, when he writes her a letter every month and it's like some kind of that. This is kind of giving that, but you're getting a book, which quite frankly is way better than just a regular letter. I want a letter and a book.
I mean,
and take a piece of jewelry too, but I guess.
You know, she is young. She doesn't know what she wants to do with her life. And he kind of helps her figure it out.
I love that. I love that. That sounds like a really nice, this is the kind of book I would like someone to choose.
Yes.
Because it's like lovey-dovey. It's going to get you through like a cold winter night.
And it really is like a love story about books.
I love that. I love that. This is on my TBR personally.
It's so good.
Now, this is the reader question of the week. Of all of the books that we talked about or whatever else is on your radar, what is your most anticipated February book? What are you most excited to read? Hopefully it's one of the ones that we just chatted about because there was a lot of really good ones on that list.
There are, and there's a lot of really good books coming out in February that we didn't talk about.
So many more. But we have a whole list of that on our website too. So we'll put that in the show notes. And speaking of the show notes, if you are listening to the show, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. All the love that you can give us is deeply appreciated.
Next week, we're going to be talking about our reactions to their choices. Let's see how many we got right.
And how many you got right.
And we will see you next week.
Happy reading.